ladies and gentlemen, and all my non-binary friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charvana. I go by the she, her pronouns, and I am joined today by...
I'm ACTORPAT. I go by the he, him pronouns.
And we are currently watching Arcane Season 2. This is going to be Arcane Season 2, Episode 2. And you all, this is going to be the first time this season that you're going to be seeing this as a full watch-along format. That means that you will have to have Netflix open on a different tab as well as us open. We'll count 3, 2, 1, play, and hit play at the exact same moment so that we can watch all together. But that way we don't get any copyright strikes, and it makes editing a lot easier, and you can watch along with somebody if you'd like to. Now, at the very end of this episode, if you want to just hear our opinions or thoughts, you can just jump right ahead. At the very end, you'll have some handy-dandy little timestamps down there in the description section. I don't know, I'm so used to Twitch. I don't even know this anymore. But yeah, I'm very excited to share one of my favorite shows with you. I just got done watching on stream live with everybody the very first episode with Riot Games and everything. Pat, you were there in chat. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, and for those of you that aren't aware what we're talking about, this is on Charvana's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Charvana. You can see the name down my finger. There we go. The links in the description you do. But it was very cool of Riot Games to allow streamers the opportunity to share it with their communities. So we got to watch it live on stream. We had a nice audience there with us to chat and debate all the things.
Continued on into our actual stream self, so I'm very glad and excited for that. I really enjoyed it. I'm already really freaking excited. I am happy, sad, intrigued, to say the least, about some of the characters. I've already kind of touched base on a few things, but the thing I am worried most about is Caitlyn becoming as jaded as she is, especially when there's such influential people there, such as Lady Medarda. Not our Lady Medarda from Piltover, but rather her mom. So we'll see. I don't like war. I don't really think it's all that fascinating. So
yeah, a lot of bad things happening. I think what I was most surprised about, and I shouldn't be surprised, but season 1, we had to have a lot of build-up. We had to learn a little bit about the world, a little bit about the characters. But this one seemed to be pedal to the metal immediately. Like, I just felt like, oh God, like so much has happened in the first 5 minutes of this. Like, by the end of the episode, I just felt like it wasn't rushed, but there was no slow burn build up to it. It was just like, oh, shit's happening. And a lot of dramatic shit is happening too. Like,
extremely heavy stuff too. And it's a huge, like, what a episode to start off with on stream for a lot of people, because a lot of people had not even seen the episode yet. So talking about it and trying to explain what was happening, I was just like, just go watch it. Just go watch it. I think 4 new people just got Netflix just to watch this one show today. So
and especially cool. Those of you that might be the type of viewer of a show that's like, oh, I don't care, I'll just jump in because I want to hang out with my friends and watch it. Like, you were potentially spoiled or thrown into so much stuff. Like, I highly recommend, if you are someone just trying out Arcane, do stop, do pause, do watch season 1. You can binge it. It's super, like, you'll fly through it. Please savor season 1 as much as you can, because I'm sure you're only going to get, more and more spoiled as we go.
I would add in, though, I liked the way they did it. We got a lot of context and a lot of character development in just that one episode. But I also think there's new characters to be seen. So if you were watching it for the very first time, it wasn't awful that you were just like, I don't know any of these people. Y'all, there's too much stuff I can't understand and learn. We got a whole bunch of new perky characters. So new characters were introduced, new people to be discovered. And also, we didn't get a lick of Jinx or Echo or anything of Heimerdinger in that last one. So it still led something to be, like, watched. So the way they did it was so smart and intelligent, the way that they were actually just laying out the story. We're all talking about, like, storytelling aspects and how to write and how to, like, do that kind of stuff now. You didn't allow doing it the way they did it and sharing it the way they shared it. There's so much still to the story that you didn't get spoiled. You had a lot of information, but you didn't have every little tidbit. So definitely still worth a rewatch of going back to season 1 and watching over for the first time. But I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm excited to see where this one goes.
Any guesses where we're going?
I don't want to guess. I just want to watch it. You
I will
ready?
say though, I will add, yes, I'm excited to see that my new favorite character of the new stuff is the plucky blonde enforcer. I just want to see. I hope she can maintain her optimistic, funny self.
We shall see. Let's do it. This is Arcane Season 2, Episode 2, starting in 3, 2, 1, go! And visuals, I see him. Record, flip, and lay down.
A Netflix series. You did call it with this episode having Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
We don't really ever get inside Jing's head. This is like one of the first times that I can think of it, besides like the things that talk to her, you know? Not in voiceover style. So it's interesting getting her perspective on stuff.
Losing two father figures. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Into the depths. Uh-oh. Are we gonna get a Silco head voice now?
I don't know.
As a voice actor, you hope. Hell yeah, I do.
I said, is that Victor? Like, I thought so. I didn't think so at first, but the mask. Hold on.
The animation is so good.
I'm just like getting chills watching it. It's silly. My enemy. Because like that's obviously Victor. So I don't know if the first one is or not. I just covered up enough we can't tell. Uh-huh. Huh? Intriguing. It's like they also went down to 3 overlords, but at the same time, their overlords could not get along either. But instead of their get along, it's
Yeah, everybody trying to be the top dog.
yeah, they fought down to chaos.
Uh,
So new
This
gangs
reminds me
rising up?
of this reminds me of the Echo fight music video where, like, I just love the show don't tell.
Uh-huh.
Like, they could have easily just, like, had a character talk about all this, but they're like, "Nah, we'll recap it in this really awesome style."
Yeah, I really enjoy that. Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, I thought she was gonna let it happen. Oh. Oh, but this is not good either. I like to think that she protect, but I don't know.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know if she's gonna keep them safe though.
Pooh. It's such an intense picture.
Intriguing. She's got a little
You got a
person
little
now.
mentor, a little mentee.
All right.
Oh, yikes.
Ah!
Oops.
Make your eyes burn. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Subtle
all.
detail.
Mhm.
Not so subtle anyway. This reminds me of like the doctor's lair.
Oh, oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
I wonder if she knows what actually happened. He he was found, right?
I don't know. I don't recall. I mean,
I
her
thought
memory.
they there was like a quick flash. I'm gonna have to go back later, but I think there was a quick flash where she saw him dead. Sky,
Victor's in the scary bathtub.
wake up! Very, very Star Wars esque.
Hmm. He's in Luke's bacta tank.
He became a mirror.
He's like all crazy hex tech now.
Uh huh. Except this part, the face.
Gotta keep his pretty face.
I mean, is that why he wears the mask in the opener? Theory. I'll wait for it. I was wondering, is he cold? Like, is he physically cold?
There you go.
His voice.
Hmm. I did by putting it in you. No. Damn. Goodbye to you and your hunky arms. Hey! Heimerdinger seems so out of place just because he's such like the cheerful character.
Hmm.
Purple stuff.
His memory is so good. With our luck, we'd live into like 1,000 and then forget everything as much as we do nowadays. Let's go, buddy. He's like fully embraced this. Like,
Super spy.
he's just so cute. Which makes me think he's gonna be so deadly in the future. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's one of two ways, right? It's either to make it really sad if something happens to him, or the shock factor when it's like, oh shit, he's going full Hulk.
Yeah. Well, that's fair because they just got attacked, dude. Oh, well, this is awkward. Got him. Maybe. Ish.
He's like, "Why you doxing me?"
Yeah. Uh, Harvey, just. It's that guy again. Oh. Guy from the very first episode, also the one that sold out Vi to Victor when she was wounded.
Mm, good catch.
These two? No, surely not, right? Oh, she gonna beat it this time. Or not. Arm? It's gonna be an arm, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's a good call. Because she just talked to her.
I'm curious if this is the doctor or Ray.
Oh, is this the wolf guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is the
Very
regulators.
Vi. No,
That's
no, this is yeah. Very Vi hair. Is it Vi?
yeah, I think that's Vi, and then the other guy was the wolf guy from the first episode. Yeah, that's
Caitlin.
bang, end season 2. I do like her Jill Valentine hat.
Mm.
Maddie. Comforting gauntlet.
Oh.
Oof.
They heard you. Not exactly quiet. She was also screaming. Oh, never mind. Different. Oh.
Get her the arm.
I am so intrigued.
Ooh.
Sparkles! Glitter bomb.
Oh no. Yes. They're too precious, but they're gonna grow up so traumatized. Now, for those of you that play League of Legends, I'm assuming that's an in-game mechanic. I have not played,
Wow.
but
I don't actually even know if Savika's actually a character, but maybe? Ooh!
yeah.
Yuff. What's the guy that did his numbers earlier?
Well, time to see what abilities he has. Oh, you think he's gonna be able to, like, ash people?
Maybe.
Yikes.
Is it gonna ash him, or is it gonna heal him, or turn him into like a creature zombie? Like a
Oh,
follower?
yes.
Is he the other guy in the opener? I would be so intrigued. Healed!
Hmm. I am Robot Jesus. What do we think? Is he gonna end up with, like, a cult?
Yeah. Spoopy.
Ooh.
We're getting another little like tidbit, like same on the end of the last one. cell multiplication. So regeneration. This is the doctor again. What is this? Okay, so this is everything I wanted for Arcane and more. I'm already so stoked, so excited. And your thoughts? Go for it.
Yeah, I think this one felt a little more normal paced again. Like episode 1 was that kind of like wham bam, we're back. Like, but this one felt a little more paced out, which I enjoyed. You called it with the first one, saying the next episode has to revolve around Jinx. And so we did finally get to see what Jinx has been up to. I was very excited. We got to see my boy Echo. So I'm curious what they're building there with the tree stuff, with the that corruption that they saw.
I feel like it's all tied in, but before I get into tying that in, I do want to go back to the very, very, very beginning. You were saying something during the episode, and I was like, yeah, they did this. Look, don't tell. Good story writing just shows you stuff. And we got introduced to a whole bunch of new characters, and we already knew exactly where they were coming from. We've seen them in the first season, but we haven't gotten to know them. I still don't know a lot of their names, and I will learn those as these episodes go on. But at the same time, it was fun to see and know their stories immediately, that the underworld is already at odds. There's a whole bunch of 3 overlords now given the power, and instead of doing it as the Piltover city is doing it, where they're trying to be diplomatic with each other, no, they're full on at each other's throats.
It reminded me very much of the Echo and Jinx fight music video from season 1, where it's like, we didn't know that they had the history that they had for the most part up until that point, but instead of having some narrator or some character be like, well, they had this history and then they fought and then this, it was this beautiful music montage, and it's in this amazing animation style with the best soundtrack, and I don't know, I just feel like it's so much better. Like any show or writer that does that, it's chef's kiss. Like more people need to do that. We get like a whole an episode's worth of lore in like 2 minutes.
It took me a while to actually digest whether they knew if Silco was dead or not, but I think they do now. I think they do. But I do not think that they know who did it. Because the reaction for the little fuzzy guy.
If there was anything at the end of season 1 that I'm forgetting, but yeah, I don't think anybody knows that it was Jinx.
I don't think so either, except for when she admits it to the little fuzzy guy. But I think that he's the only person that knows now. And if he survives that attack, who could he tell? So that's something that is something to keep an eye on this episode. Savika, I am slowly really enjoying. I've always liked her as a character. Can I just say, the women in this entire series has just been so enchanting to watch. And I say that not in a enchanting, but
but also a little enchanting.
a little bit. I really enjoy them. They're very well-rounded characters, and everybody's super strong. And if they are vulnerable, it is
all of
in
them
a realistic way.
Extremely powerful in a variety of ways, and in both not just ability scale, but also social scale. Like we have people that are the top of the top city, the council members, and then the bottom of the bottom, criminal underworld. And so it's whether they're good characters, bad characters, or of course in this show everybody's a massive gray area.
Everybody has so much agency, and Savika, I feel like she could be such a powerhouse. I feel like if she was fully in her own and she wanted to, she could take it over. She could, but I feel like there's something that's holding her back, whether it be her empathy or her humanity, because she still has a place in her heart for Silco. She just does.
It's this weird, weird's not the right word, but it's the even though she even says in that talking to Jinx, she had to do everything for him. He was basically just the brains, because he couldn't do a lot of the physical stuff. He couldn't go out and beat everybody up. He couldn't go out and collect. He couldn't go out and do the
Well, some people
So
are meant to be like the heads, and some people are meant to be like the body that makes this up. And I feel like a lot of people have their own roles, and sometimes you
Mhm.
just don't want to be the lead. So Savika is a character that really likes to like listen and soak it all in. So you can tell by most of her dialogue this time, she throws back in the face. Like she gets obviously affected by a lot of the words, especially like the rat comment or anything that Jinx has said to her, and she pulls it back out, repeating it in a different manner and like throwing it back. So I feel like she's very much somebody that soaks it in and like takes from others instead of as somebody that like strives to be the big leader.
And that made for one of the best moments in that episode, I feel, with the like, who's the rat face now, or whatever the line was. But
I can understand why this character would want to take a back seat or anything like that, but I also see how if she had the confidence and the respect to step completely up, I feel like she could take over.
Well, and she's very clearly in that meeting with the Chem Barons, like the most aware of the long-term bigger picture, because she's like, you know, she's saying, guys, stop, like the enemy is Piltover, like we can fight all we want, but like the more we weaken ourselves, the easier it's going to be for them. And the fact that no other Chem Baron cared was, you know,
it's what makes
like,
her a good leader, but she just hasn't stepped up for it. I find it fascinating because, like I said, some people just need their pack. Some people just need to be surrounded by people that are like-minded and are the doers. And she finds that with Jinx. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together before this episode that, like, Savika probably didn't build her own arm. Like, I always thought she did because you see her every once in a while tinkering with it or whatever.
Tweaking
in
stuff,
the first, in the first. So I was like, she probably built it herself. But no, maybe she's just the brute force. Like, maybe she just knows how to fight. She doesn't know how to build it. And that's what we obviously saw this time. Who is a builder? Jinx is a builder.
And I did enjoy that, like, while she was figuring the new arm out and she couldn't rely on it yet, she still just clocked the guy with the regular arm. It's like, I'm still impressively powerful without any of this stuff.
But watching these two team up is not something I expected this season.
Yeah,
I still thought that they would be going at it.
What's amazing, though, is any of these pair-ups that you're like, oh, I didn't think that, because I think that's the case with a lot of the people that get forced together, is there's always an underlying drama, because it's like they're going to maybe build up some trust together, but she doesn't know Jinx killed Silco. And so it's like, but she just gave her a brand new arm with all these superpowers, and so it's like, how do we balance the feeling?
I'm so intrigued by it, though. I'm very, very excited. That's probably the most interesting duo at this moment to me. But there are other interesting duos, such as Heimerdinger and Echo.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on that one?
I love the moment when they finally break into the lab and it's just like, oh, new pupil, meet old pupil. Like,
drink tea.
Yeah, like,
it's cute.
Okay.
It was cute. It's like a little
both of them sizing each other up. Yeah, just like, oh, this is who you're seeing now. This is who you dated. Oh my god.
Yay.
But I like that they're tentatively like okay with each other. Like they realize they all need allies and trying to figure out stuff. I like that team in particular at the moment is very knowledge oriented, and they're like, we want to solve it. We need to get, like, it's nice to have the, like, yes, Jace is super strong and has his own powers and stuff, but he's still like science. So,
but how dangerous also. I was like, isn't that a little bit of an overreaction just to be like, oh, somebody's sneaking in? No, you literally just had an entire battle over a memorial, so that's not an overreaction at all. So they're lucky they didn't get hurt.
I suppose you still don't want anybody to know what you might be trying to do or solve, because you have no idea who you can trust in these moments, because the city's falling apart. But I did like that even Echo was like, why are we sneaking in? Don't you own this place? Like, and but yeah, I think that's going to be a fun trio if they maintain that, because Echo was one of my favorite characters from the first season. So I'm very curious how. I feel like this season we're going to see maybe some, in air quotes, level ups, kind of like, you know, like in Avatar: The Last Airbender, they get like, oh, you know their powers, but then the next season they like get new stuff because it's like we know a little bit of Echo's abilities, we know a little bit of Jace's abilities.
We don't really know anything about Heimerdinger's abilities yet,
Mm-mm,
and I
mm-mm.
feel like we're going to see, like, he's a tinkerer. We have seen him be
Mhm.
very good at tinkering and such, but I'm not sure what abilities that come with that,
I
especially
think
if
you called it with he's so cutesy and plucky, and then we're gonna see the like, oh shit, like he's gonna like we're gonna have like the power dynamic
I'm
change
scared that
drastically
like
somewhere.
he is the warning for something that he did in the past. I wonder if this
Okay.
is his. I'm curious. This is a theory. This is like a suggestion. This is like I don't know if it's true or not. I wonder if Heimerdinger did something so bad in the past and has learned from his mistake that he is over here trying to warn others not to make the same
Like
mistake.
his penance is now like turning like, hey guys, no,
And I
like
wonder if you poke the bear and you infuriate him enough, or you push him to his limit, or I don't know how it's going to happen. I feel like he's going to have to go all out again. And I feel like that's going to be one of those things you're like, oh, you were the big boss this whole time. Oh. So I don't know if he's going to be evil per se, or if it's just going to be something that is like, it causes casualties, or it causes something else to happen where it's like it's not a good thing for him to go all out.
I think he and if that's the case, I think it fits in line with he probably sees a lot of one of those like I see a lot of my younger self in you like in Jace, because like Jace's start in the first season was he had been hiding his like experimenting with the hex tech in his house, and
Mm-hmm.
it blew up, and I don't remember if there was casualties or not in that, but it's like if anybody knows, like you said with this theory, it's Heimerdinger's going to be the one that's like, yeah, I know, I nuked a city or whatever he might have done. Like,
Mm-hmm.
please don't use hex tech.
Yeah.
Um,
But we are using a hex tech. In fact, we are putting it so far that we have put it inside a human. Uh,
yes,
I am very intrigued to see how this little cult happens.
we got Healy powers.
Healy powers and going down into the Undercity, following Sky, which I'm very intrigued by. I've always been intrigued by like
Mhm.
the death of a character that we know. And I realize this is the first death, and there's got to be some kind of like spiritual essence to it if we're gonna have that or whatever. But it always just makes me think like, is this really Sky? Is this what Sky would actually want? What is up with Sky? What was Sky's
Mhm.
values
Yeah,
and morals in
with
all of this?
it's interesting in not knowing where they're going with the lore of the universe. Yeah,
Yeah.
is it that there is a spiritual element and this is her soul, her spirit, her whatever reaching out to him? Or is it very much in tune with the show, trauma of your just your brain inserting a voice because it's
Probably.
like but he is seeing these like footsteps. So I don't know if that's just him again, trauma hunching his way through, or if it is something guiding him.
But he can heal now, or at least like
Hmm.
extract
Which,
that,
to those of you that play
or
League of Legends,
what?
and again, I correct me if I'm wrong, Shar. I don't believe either of us have played League
Nope.
at this point, but we haven't had any healer characters, which I assume is a thing in League. Like, there's probably somebody that can heal the heroes. So, is he a healer character?
I don't know.
Um,
First seeing him, it made me kind of think of Jace's origins. Because I don't think we ever
mm.
saw the opening person of that. I know we saw like their hands and stuff, and I'll go back and look. I don't think
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's the
yeah.
same hands,
You mentioned
but
in between the for those that don't remember, the wizard that shows up
yeah.
to save Jason, his mom, or try to help
Yeah.
his mom, and like leaves him with the initial crystal that like gets him into magic. Um,
Yeah. So I
but
don't
yeah,
know if
I
that
don't.
has anything to do with the same situation or not, but I do want to just like
Mhm.
throw that out there and be like, did I notice something? Did I not? Hmm. Speaking of
Yeah,
noticing
it's
something, you caught something way before I did.
mm,
The enforcers. The enforcers
yes. I
being
and I
Wolfie
I, I
Guy.
cr- I think I can't remember if I said the right term, but yeah, it's enforcer. I think I said a different name during the episode, but
It's fine.
um, I like, and I don't know if this was their intent, but they look so scary coming in. You're like, oh, are these bad guys? But if I like the interpretation that in Jinx's mind, they are, so they do look extra scary and not heroic. And
another great storytelling tactic is whenever you are telling a story from somebody's opinion or side or anything like that, you're looking at it through their lens. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at everything through the Undercity's lens side. So at least in this episode, whereas last episode we had very much a look at how bad the Undercity side is because we're looking through a Piltover lens. So getting that narrative and seeing that thing. Something else, please correct me if I'm wrong, also down in the comments. But is this the first time that we had a major Jinx, what is it called? Voiceover.
You said the internal monologue.
Yeah, the internal monologue out loud. We have seen several of the times where she's had episodes of people popping up around her and like speaking for her, speaking at her. But is this one of the first internal monologues that I can remember, at least, that she is really giving us her feelings and actually speaking out her thoughts and emotions instead of falling back into the episodes and letting the others talk for her? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I really liked that aspect.
I think
too.
You're correct. It's just awesome being back in the world. They left it on such a cliffhanger last season, so it's just nice to start seeing where everybody's at. And I am excited that they picked up immediately. Like, it wasn't like let's jump 3 weeks later or a year later, because I hate time jumps in stuff. So I was very glad that they didn't do that. Like, it's literally like it's just the next episode from where they picked up. So
my final question for you, Pat. What do you think of, and do you think they will keep the little tiny mentor of Jinx's?
Oh yeah, her little mentee, the little apprentice. Yeah, I think she'll stick around. Again, not knowing League of Legends, but just assuming from a gamer perspective, there's usually like a tinier character, a younger character, so I'm assuming that they are also a League of Legends, somebody you can play as. We obviously don't know her abilities yet or what she does, and I'm assuming a she. Forgive me if it's not. But she was super cute. I feel so bad for her because she's adorable, but like witnessing all these horrible things as poking the dead guy's body that she just watched get pulverized. And
I think myself, if I was going to make a theory, I think that Jinx is going to see themselves in them a lot of the time throughout this, and maybe even mentor them. I have a feeling, just because it's like almost foreshadowing, but we also have had this established character, anybody that gets close to Jinx dies. So yeah,
she said such too.
I think this is a character made to potentially pass. So my money is on that this character is going to pass away. I don't know League of Legends, so I do not know if this character is actually character or not. I am curious to see what happens to them.
I will switch and go the other way then. I will say, if we're saying fan theories, that at the end, Jinx's redemption will be she dies saving the kid.
Interesting.
Having I won't let you become me. Like, I can't let you be the next Jinx. And, because then it'll be sad for Vi because Vi couldn't save her sister. It'll be sad for the fans because Jinx is gone. It'll be sad for the girl because her hero's gone. And so it'll be a very impactful, sad moment if they go that route. What did you think of the end, the teaser with the heart? There was a heart with green tubes.
I don't know. It's been at the end of the first one. It's into this one. I don't know who they're trying to bring back. I don't know if they're trying to even bring anybody back or create like a wolf person, because there's so many wolves.
The first episode teaser ending was somebody approaching like a cage of animals, right?
No, 2 wolves in a cave, and those were the 2 dead wolves at the end of this one. So I think he merged their hearts together for something, but I don't know what the hearts are merged together for. That's what I think.
Okay.
I'm just now coming up with a theory on the spot. I'm just over here
But it is the same, like, we assume it's the same science-y person that is doing the end, so...
Yes. I don't know. I don't know. Tell me your theory in the comments below. But we have another episode to watch, so until next time, everybody, have a good one. Thank you so much for watching with us. We will see you then. Bye for now!
Bye for now!